This is so freaking... I'm getting a new chair soon, so excuse this thing, alright?
My reign has just begun.
Hey guys, George Alexander here, and today this is just an update video for those of you who are interested and excited and going to be watching horror... I don't know why I named it that, because it's really difficult to say. Horroctober. Now, I did notice actually one of you commented saying that, of course, in an American accent, you say horror, so it sounds like Horroctober.
I am disgusted.
I didn't think of that, I apologise. But it is meant to sound like Horroctober. Anyway, I digress. So as you are all probably aware, as of next month, I will be doing a live stream every single day. Don't know why I agreed to that, because now I'm going to have no life, but that's fine. I just thought it was a difference from kind of leaning off the wonderful Sesskasays, who does the Doctor Who December. I was thinking, why didn't I do something like that? And I was going to do reactions, different horror stuff, but I've seen nearly practically every single horror movie. So there was no point in me doing reaction to it. Hence why I'm going to do the live streams instead, because what I tend to do normally on my own in the month of October is watch a horror film every single night. So I thought, well, why don't you guys come along for the ride and we can have some cool snacks, some cool chats, and some great guests, which I'm really excited to talk about to you in a minute. But this video is just to give you a breakdown of how it's going to work, what movies we're going to be watching, and who is going to be joining us, and times and dates, etc, etc. So, we'll be watching a movie every single night. The timings for this are going to vary, but they're going to be within, and this is for UK time, so make sure that you adjust it for your time zone, so I think we're GMT. The live stream will start usually around 8 PM. There are a couple of occasions where it's 9 PM, but pretty much it's going to be between 8 and 9 that the live stream starts. And we'll have, you know, a couple of 10 minutes or so chat while it starts before we watch the film, and then about 10 past, quarter past 8, we will then begin the film. Now, to avoid copyright and every movie coming down on my arse, I'm not going to be doing picture-in-picture, and there will be no sound. So for those of you who think that this is just going to be an easy way for you to watch the film, unfortunately, it's not. The way it's going to happen, similar to how Grace Randolph from Beyond the Trailer does it when she does her commentaries, I will be watching the film on my laptop/TV with my headphones in. Therefore, you will need to have your own version or copy of the film with you, so that we can watch it together that way. Otherwise, it's going to cause a whole lot of copyright stuff, and I can't be doing that, kids. I can't. So what you'll need is your own version or copy of the film to watch on your side, and then we will click play together and we will watch it along. So I'm going to list all the films that we're doing, so that you have the time to, if you haven't already got them, find them. You know, I'm not promoting torrenting or downloading illegally, but you find all these online, or you may already have the DVDs or videos, VHS versions of these, or just streaming it. It might be on some streaming services. So that's why I wanted to give you this chance now, to give you a week from the beginning to find those movies if you did wish to join. And I really do hope to see some of you there, because I think it'd be a great time, it'll be a laugh, and yeah, it's just something fun to do. So starting off on the 1st of October, we're going to be starting with my favourite horror movie of all time, Scream, 1996. I'm going to give you the dates as well, because obviously there are some remakes and things, so I want you to be clear with what film we're watching. So on the 1st of October, we're going to be starting off with Scream. It's my favourite horror film. I love it. And so yes, I thought that's the perfect way to start it off. 2nd of October, we're going to be watching A Nightmare on Elm Street, and this is the 1984 version, okay? So this is the original version. Johnny Depp's in it, if you didn't know that already. Great version. I was thinking of the remake, but the original's just the best. So we're going to be doing that on the 2nd of October. 3rd of October is our first special guest on the watch along, and it is going to be one of my best friends, Sesskasays, who I'm sure you're all aware of. She is one of the best people in the world and one of the greatest reactors on YouTube. She's going to be joining me for the original, the Amityville Horror, which I believe, sorry, I keep looking over because there's so many dates, 1979. So the Amityville Horror 1979 movie, me and Jess are going to be watching together. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm so excited for her to be joining me on the channel. And yeah, so on the 4th of October, I probably should have put it on the 13th, but I didn't. If you can't guess already, it is going to be Friday the 13th. And this is the original 1980 version of the film, not the 2009 remake, not part 1, 2, not part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the original 1980 Friday the 13th. On the 5th of October, we're going to be watching The Ring, the 2002 version. I love that film. It's one of the first horror movies I remember watching as a kid. So we're going to be watching that one on the 5th. Moving on to the 6th, we're going to be joined by another amazing reactor and another good friend of mine, Liam Duke. Of course, I'm sure you're all aware of him. I'm going to link everyone's channels in the description box below. So Liam will be joining us on the 6th of October to watch Alien, and this is the director's cut, guys, okay, because it's the version I've got, so it's a director's cut version of the film, so make sure that you've downloaded that version or have that version to hand, and of course that's the original 1979 movie. Moving on to the 7th of October, we're going to be delving into some infectedness, which is a little bit close to home right now, but with the amazing horror film that is 28 Days Later, one of my favourite films of all times. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out, but I'm pretty sure most of you will have seen this. It's a great film, 2002. It's just, I love it, so we're going to be watching that. On the 8th of October, we're going to be delving into a film which I wasn't sure I was going to put on the list, but then I thought, do you know what, I am going to put it on the list because I like it, and that is What Lies Beneath from the year 2000, with the amazing cast of Harrison Ford and Michelle Pfeiffer, one of my favourites. It's more of a thriller, but I do put it in the horror category, so we're going to be watching that then. Then, sticking in the year of 2000, on the 9th of October, we're going to be watching the Final Destination, the first movie. It was a classic. It's one of the not creepiest, but I think it's one of those films that just, you're like, oh, imagine if this happened sort of situation. So I'm really excited to be watching that. It was one of my favourite ones growing up as well. So yeah. Now we're heading to the 10th of October and another amazing reactor. We're going to be joined by Britsmash, who's going to be joining us for the original The Exorcist movie. I'm really excited to have Brit on the channel. It's going to be so much fun, and she promises screams and scares, so make sure that you have those headphones on low on the 10th of October. Moving on to the 11th, we're going to be watching Candyman, the original 1992 version, I believe it is. Yes, just got to check again. Of course, with Tony Todd, who is also in Hallucination. I was really excited for the new one to be coming out, the new movie, but obviously that's been held back now till next year, so we have to wait, but we can watch this to get excited for that film. Then on the 12th of October, we're going to be coming to a film that was very divisive when it was released, and a lot of people hate it. I love it. And that's tea, and that is Paranormal Activity. I was a huge fan of the Paranormal Activity franchise. Me and my friends would go every year because, of course, I'm born on Halloween, so it always used to come out around my birthday. And every year we would go, the group of maybe 10, 15 of us, and we'd go to KFC, get fast food, and then we would go and see the film. And it just holds a lot of great memories, so I'm really excited to watch that. Then on the 13th of October, we're taking it right back to 1968 with the amazing Night of the Living Dead. It's one of the all-time classics. George A. Romero is a mastermind. He is just perfection when it comes to zombies, and he reinvented that genre. So, of course, we're going to be watching that. Then on the 14th of October, we're going to be having another reactor with us, and that is the amazing Niall. Niall, I don't know if you guys know, has just recently, in the last year, I want to say, started his channel. He does Doctor Who, he's done Doctor Who reactions, and he's also been doing Tortured reactions as well. I think that's what he's doing. He may have done some other things as well, I could be wrong, but as I say, I will link his channel in the description below. He's hilarious. Oh, he also did the Twilight films. I'm sorry, he reacted to the Twilight films. He has done loads of stuff, and his editing is on point because he takes time with his, whereas mine, I'm like, just get it out, unfortunately. I'm going to get better at it, I promise. Anyway, on the 15th of October, we're going to be going all the way back to the noughties. 2005 for The House of Wax. Now, of course, the original film is a great film, 1953, But there's just something about the 2005 film that I really enjoy, and that something is Paris Hilton. So we're going to be watching that one. Moving on to the 16th of October, we are going to be joined by the wonderful American mum, who's going to be joining us to watch the original 1974 The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. She's never seen it before, so I'm really excited to see how she does. But it's a great film. I was debating between that and the 2003 remake, because I really do love the 2003 remake, but I thought, hey, we've got to do the classic. So, yeah. Then on the 17th of October, we're taking a little trip over to Spain to watch REC. R-E-C. For those of you who don't know, there was an American remake of this film called Quarantine. It wasn't great. The original one is Spanish, so either you're going to have to learn Spanish or you can get online the movie with the English subtitles. So we're going to be watching that. It's a great film. It's absolutely terrifying, and it's one of my all-time favourites. Then on the 18th of October, we're going to be heading into the woods, not for the musical, but for the amazing found footage movie that is The Blair Witch Project. It is such a great movie. It was one of the first of its kind. It was totally cool, and it's one of my favourites. So yeah. Then we're going to be getting pregnant, because we're going to be watching Rosemary's Baby, the original 1968 version. The version I have is actually a colorized version. However, it's exactly the same. If you do have the black and white one, it's been coloured. That's just the version that I got hold of. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. It's a great film, and of course another classic. Then on the 20th of October, we're taking it right back to where slasher movies began, pretty much, and that is the movie Psycho, the original movie, and we're going to be joined by the hilarious, beautiful Hunter Boyle. So I'm really excited for you guys to join us on that trip. Then on the 21st of October, it's time to lock your doors and close your curtains, because The Strangers are coming. That's right, The Strangers 2008 movie, such a great film. Just the fact, it just feels so realistic, and I think it's, everyone's always fearing the fact that they could be broken into at any moment. So that's why we're watching that. 2008, Liv Tyler is great. And hey, the sequel wasn't too bad either. Then on the 22nd of October, we're going to be checking in to The Shining. Brilliant movie, fabulous film, beautifully directed, crazy cast, and yeah, I cannot wait. Then on the 23rd of October, we're going to be waking up to the Dawn of the Dead. Now, I am going to be watching the 2004 remake. Hold off, everyone. I know George and I have, of course, said that we're watching Night of the Living Dead, which is an amazing George A. Romero movie, but 2004 Zack Snyder's film just holds a special place in my heart, and I just love it, so we're going to be watching that one. And on the 24th of October, we are going to be joined by our final Reactor special guest of the month, and that is Brianna from Fandom Reacts. She is hilarious, she is great, she's one of my good friends, and I'm super excited to have her join me. We're going to be watching The Conjuring. It's going to be great. Of course, The Conjuring really, James Wan really started to reinvent what it was to create horror movies, and of course The Conjuring is one of my all-time favourites and a new classic in the genre of horror. Then on the 25th of October, we are going to be heading for not the 5th, but the 6th Sense, a brilliant movie. I love it. I haven't seen it in ages, actually, and I was like, I really want to watch this, and I've held it off so we can watch it together. But a brilliant movie, great cast, and yeah, I see dead people. Then on the 26th of October, keeping on the theme of creepy children, we're going to be watching the original Omen movie. It's a great film. I love it. My favourite scene, of course, is the birthday party scene. If you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it for you, but yeah, it's going to be a good one. Then heading into the 27th of October, we're going to be watching The Evil Dead. Again, this is going to be the 2013 remake version of the film, just because I prefer that version. No offence to the original, which was great. I just prefer that version of the movie. I just think it's a lot more creepier and scarier. So that is going to be what we're watching then. Then on the 28th of October, we're going to be watching the original 1973 movie of The Wicker Man. So that is not the remake. No offence, the shit remake with Nicolas Cage. And this is the original movie. So creepy, so well done, and just such a twisted tale. I love it. Then on the 29th of October, we're going to be getting a little bit more current, and we're going to be watching another modern classic, Insidious, lots of jump scares, lots of whatever that is, a lot of it. I'm really excited. Then headed into the 30th of October, one of my favourite horror films ever. The amazing Poltergeist. This is the original movie we're going to be watching, not the remake. It's such a great film. The stories behind what happened on set are creepy. We can talk about them as well. And it's just another classic. And of course, on the 31st of October, my birthday, what other movie would we watch on Halloween apart from the original Halloween movie? Again, one of the greatest horror movies of all time. The new remake, well, the new sequel last 2018, I really enjoyed. They had some decent films along the way, but of course nothing beats the original. And I'm so excited to finish my birthday and Horror October with you guys watching that film. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this little video to break down everything, and it's getting you a little bit more excited for the month to come. So of course, in the description box below, I will drop all of the movies again with the dates we're going to be watching them, and of course the version of the movie we're going to be watching, along with everyone who's going to be joining me, their channels in the description box below. So if you don't know them already, you can get to know them and see exactly who they are, but I'm pretty sure you probably know all of them. They're all great, amazing people, all good friends of mine, and I cannot wait to do this. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. I cannot wait to see you on the 1st of October for our first movie. I hope to see you there. And yeah, until next time, see ya.